Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformer Studio Series Voyager class Scrapper. You can see him there in front of the box. We'll go ahead and put him off the side real quick and take a look at said box. You could it is a Studio Series box. You got Transformers, the Studio Series, the blue, and the look Transformers, the movie right there, and Scrapper. Nice bit of artwork of him, both his robot and vehicle modes right there. You got this whole 17 steps, and hey, look at this combination. There's like stuff and there, of course, you got the window, and up here you have Transformers movie and Scrapper. On this side you have, hey, look, there's Devastator, and hey, 1 of 5? Ooh, someone messed up somewhere. Well, I guess there's technically 5 different purchases to make, considering 2 of them come. Whatever, yeah, it's kind of weird. Also on the side you have, of course, the extension of the front picture with the little Autobot symbol in Transformers Studio Series and Voyager class, and on the bottom here you have what's included and the manufacturing details. And of course on the back you have warnings and product shots, and 1 and 5 again. And then up here you have the same screenshot that Bone Crusher has from the movie. Scrapper is the engineer and designer for the Constructicons. He combines with the other Constructicons to form Devastator. He also includes, of course, the instructions, which are pretty straightforward considering he is not exactly complicated, which has got some people in a tizzy because of his fact he's a Voyager. Yeah, Scrapper. Here you can see getting in close. Yeah, it is very Scrapper looking. He's got his faceplate. He's got his mono eye visor thing going on. He's got his weird head crest square with the square overhang. He has, of course, his the bucket on the back. He's got his the shoulder tires. He's got his purple with the silver and the weird I guess the chest face right there. It's the Decepticon symbol, the red, purple, and then some silver, some green, and more tires. And yep, there you go, all that stuff right there. Looking pretty good actually. Overall, so it looks pretty good in my opinion. Yeah, he's a pretty solid guy overall. As for articulation, there is some bad news here. There's reason for it, but yeah, there's also some good news. But yeah, head right here, you got full ball joints. You got left and right. You got up and down. You have a little tiny bit of waggle right there. It's holding to do a full 360. Although things can get a little caught in itself because there's tabs there for there's stuff outward. You got that much right there. There's also, thanks to transformation, you do have a bit of butterfly, which is nice. Thanks to the links way he transforms, there is a bit of butterfly there, so that's pretty cool. You have a bicep swivel, and hey, guess what? He's got elbows. Hooray! There's elbows there. Fists don't really do anything. You can, fold them in. That's supposed to be transformation, but I guess that's something. There is no waist joint. There's a reason for that. You'll find out why at the end. But yeah, hips though, you do have kind of forward pretty much all the way. You have back. You have back all the way. You have outward all the way. You have a thigh swivel. Knees can bend about 90 degrees, and down here at the feet you do have, of course, a lot of ankle tilt. There's a bit of forward, not really any back due to how things are, and there's your lot. So the only real disappointment, honestly, is the lack of waist joint. But considering how if you find out how it works, you pretty quickly understand why there isn't a waist joint. So for me personally, not too bad. Not the worst thing. It's just a little disappointing, but it's not the worst. As for accessories, he comes with, of course, his little rifle, which, of course, you can just peg in his hand right there if you want. Right there, pretty straightforward that. But he also comes with, these 2 pieces, which, of course, clearly you can form, Devastator's gun when you know to do that. There's Devastator's gun, but it's 2 different pieces, and, of course, he can hold out these as well. They have the pegs, so you can peg in there. Peg this in there. Unfortunately, he only has 2 hands, so where's the third gun going to go? Well, good news is if you want him to still have the third gun or something, if I don't stop knocking him over, you can just peg this gun to the side of this gun right there, and there you go. Now you can hold all 3. So, yeah, not too bad. Not too bad looking indeed. So, again, some comparisons again. Here's with the Combiner War self, who, again, noticeably, this is again a Combiner War, so no elbows on this one. Yeah, you can kind of see, there is definitely a lot of similarities here. Not surprising considering, it's the same character. Got different shades of green and everything, but yeah. Got that going on right there. Here's again knockoff version I have of the G1 version, which yeah, you know, like doesn't have the silver leg he's supposed to have, and also again mine's got a whole bunch of sticker residue on it because yeah, those stickers went bad to say the least. So that again because standard here is Studio Series 86 Optimus. He's noticed to be quite a bit taller. And finally, here he is with his teammate. Here's the Deluxe Class Bone Crusher, and uh-oh. Why are they the same height? Because that's the Voyager, that's the Deluxe. Oh no, they're the same height. Well, that's the thing. Bone Crusher is actually a bit of a, kind of a larger, kind of a bulkier Deluxe than most Deluxes are. In general, I mean, just, Grand Deluxe is one that's having in hand, just, yeah. See, that's a standard Deluxe. See, he's a whole head taller. So yeah, Bone Crusher is actually pretty big, and also they're supposed to be the same height. So you know, consider Studio Series' whole thing about scale, they have to be the same height. Again, there's a reason why Scrapper is a Voyager, and it's not in vehicle mode. It's not here in this mode. You'll see it, but you'll see later in the review why he's Voyager class. So yeah, he's a good-looking robot. In general, you know, some people might be upset because he's not a big enough upgrade over the Combiners Wars version. I think he's pretty good. So, although it's kind of funny though that he comes with the Devastator's gun, considering on the original G1 version he came with the chest shield, the chest shield for Devastator, and Mixmaster came with the gun, but whatever. So, first thing to get him transformed to vehicle mode, first of course take the guns and put them off to the side for now. Right here, what you're gonna do first is I'll open up the chest plate right here, fold the head in right there, and then close this back up over top, like so, just tabbing that in. Take the fists here and rotate those inward like this. And then what you want to do here is go ahead and take the, at the elbow, you want to rotate it backwards like that and like this. And you collapse it in these two, see there's two like tabs on the side here which will go into slots on the shoulder. So just collapse it in like that. And there's tabs right here on the forearms, which will go into little slots right there. Right here, you take this and go unfold that, and then just bring it down like this, and like go ahead and take this piece right here, and then fold it back right there like that, and then fold that down right there. Take the canopy piece here and rotate it around like this. You want it, want this, the larger angled piece to kind of be facing forward. Then here, down here, the legs, you want to go ahead and tab them together. It's kind of a bit of a keyed tab, but yeah, just kind of tab them together like this. You take the bulk of the leg other than the shin and feet, and you bring this around. This will come around and come over top, and there's these bit right here. You see there's a slots here. Those will go over those tabs right there, like that. Take the feet here, and they'll collapse up, and they'll tab in right there under that panel right here, and then fold them underneath, like so. And there you go. There is Scrapper in his vehicle mode. Yep, that sure is a construction vehicle, all right. And yeah, he's got big chunky tires and everything. He's got a ladder right there in the cockpit, and of course it's got the buckets and everything. He's very green. Yeah, you got that right there. Yeah, see, he's pretty straightforward. He rolls pretty decently. Yeah, he also got a very simple transformation, as you saw. There's really not a whole lot to it, but yeah, so he's very simple. Again, for Voyager, it's kind of weirdly simple, which kind of has a lot of people concerned. And yeah, he rolls all that rolls really well. This, can lift up right there, and that right there, hinges, multiple hinges right there. So you got all that. And yeah, it's not bad. I think personally, I feel it's not a bad looking vehicle overall. Although there's definitely some weirdness just because of it has to turn into a robot, but as for weapon storage, you have some options. Right here, there's a little slot on this thing, which there's a little tab right here, which you can tab it in right there. And this right here, there's a tab right here, right there. You can go in this slot right here. Like that, and then the other one can just you can peg into the side of this thing, and there you go. There's that option, and there's also if you just if you only want to store the smaller rifle. You can do so. There's a tab on this thing right here. You can just tab it into one of these inner slots right there. And just, you know, chills out on the back of Scrapper, no problem. Like so. Yep. Honestly, it's not bad. It's kind of got a weird thing where, like, the front tires are bigger than the smaller ones, rear tires, but I'm not sure if that's a real thing or not. It might be a real thing. Also weird, again, it's silver rim. Silver rims, which is odd considering, you know, because construction vehicles will either have black rims or rims that match everything else, so I don't know. Regardless, it pretty much looks like a Scrapper, all right. So again, comparisons. Here's the Combiner Wars version, which is, yeah, again, significantly larger, but also kind of, you know, yeah, it's kind of weird. They're both kind of weird bits going on there, but yeah. I mean, double ladder thing going on, yeah. Also clipped on wheels, oh no. So you got that there. Here's, again, my weird knockoff G1 knockoff Scrapper. Very different kind of, I can't remember what they're called now. So is this an Earth mover? No. Is it an Earth mover? Might be. I don't know. But, very different style right there. Of course, here he is with the Studio Series 86 Optimus. There. That, and then, of course, here he is with a teammate, Bone Crusher, which, yep, again, definitely looks a bit bigger overall in vehicle mode than Bone Crusher does, but, yeah. Bone Crusher just compacts really well, too, so, yeah. And that's the team so far. So, one last thing, of course, to show off, which is the combine mode, which, again, it's not in the instructions, but it's pretty easy to figure out. At least most of it. Anyway, first off, we gotta take this piece right here. You want to bring this up right here. This will click into place right there. It's this piece right here. You want to bring this. And you want to bring this part down. Click that up. Bring this part down. And this will kind of bring it down and hook around here like that to help more, you know, add more solidity there. And then you untab the arms here. You want to, you know, fully untab those and rotate those around, and then retab the shoulder in like that. And do the same thing here. Untab all of this. Right here, bring it round and retab the shoulder in like there, like that. And I'm pretty sure those will stay like that, but you know, I'll find out for sure, but I'm pretty sure. And of course, I believe you have to want to take this, you want to kind of move this back, rotate this back around, and see there's like the little notches that will all come back together, and those notches right there, and I believe that's to help clear up the ankle for combine mode. So there you go. I'm pretty sure also this is, you know, the bit from that comes from yeah, Longhaul's hook will kind of peg in, like tab in right here between too. So there's that. So I'm pretty sure that's vehicle, or not vehicle, wow, combined mode. I mean, it's what you expect from Scrapper. It transforms pretty easily and pretty solid. And here's the here is the reason why he's a Voyager. A very heavy ratchet. That takes a lot. You know, doing a heavy ratchet like that takes a lot of budget. So that is I'll say that is a very solid ratchet, which is going to be great for the combined mode one, you know, down the line, because that's the ankle. So yeah, when it's all said and done, the combined mode is going to have a very solid ankle, and I expect Mixmaster is going to be largely the same. So yeah, that's why it's a Voyager. Basically, fit the ratchet into you can even see a bit of the ratchet right in there. Yeah, that heavy ratchet there is very much specifically, yeah, that's why he's a Voyager, is that heavy ratchet. Without, yeah, they could have made him a deluxe, but then that ratchet would have been there, and you would have been very upset when your big old Devastator's kind of got floppy ankles. So that's why they made him a Voyager. Honestly, I understand then. So that's pretty much the reason why he's a Voyager. So he may be kind of the size of a large deluxe. I would say a large deluxe, because Bone Crusher is kind of a bulky deluxe, but also this thing. I think that also the scoop right here pretty much kind of puts him out of a deluxe site. He, like, the scoop, I think, if you see him in the box, the scoop is like taking him so much space, he can't fit in the deluxe box with the scoop and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much why he's a Voyager, is Ratchet, pretty much the Ratchet. And without that Ratchet, Devastator's not going to have a fun time. So it's a good idea they put him in Voyager class so that he can have that Ratchet. you could sit there and complain that that's just an excuse, whatever. But I believe it when they say that the ratchet like that takes a lot more money, particularly the heavy one like that. I believe them. So yeah, that's the reason why he's a Voyager class. If that's not good enough for you, well, sorry, I guess. But that's how it breaks down. I think he's pretty good overall. He's definitely an improvement, I think, over the Combiner Wars version, if anything, just because of the elbows. I mean, yes, the Unite Warriors version had elbows as well, but they had very weird-looking elbows, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that version had very weird-looking elbows, but this is overall a pretty solid toy. Again, he's got a pretty somewhat basic transformation to a degree, but it works. It flows pretty well overall. It tabs in everything. I feel like everything comes together very solidly as well. That's the other thing I didn't mention. Everything tabs together really solidly. Like it feels like it's going to be dead solid as a foot, which is good considering it has to bear the weight of multiple other robots to work. So I think it's going to work really well. And yeah, considering these are my first so between this and Bone Crusher, having my first exposure to SS86 Devastator is going to be like, I'm pretty much thinking I'm going to be pleased personally. If Bone Crusher is the weakest one of the set, which is looking like that is going to be the case, then this set's going to be good overall. The thing is, got to wait for the other 4 to show up at some point in the future. So, yeah, regardless, this is good. And I think if you are, unless, I know some people grouse about the fact he's a Voyager and he's too small or whatever, but considering what they're doing to make it work, I understand where the budget went. So, I think he's worth it. You may disagree. Some of you may keep your Combiner Wars Devastators. You have some other alternative for a Generations Devastator, but I think this is going to be great. So that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my social media down in the description at the end of the video. Check out my Coffee and my Patreon. And I'll see you next time with another video review.